This is all B-roll, so. You remember that song I sent you?
We are live, just FYI. What song?
What'd you say?
I said we live, just so you know.
Oh, God.
What's the song?
The song, for the theme for that podcast with you and Keisha, I think it was called Yeah or something. Wait a minute, I'm looking at the wrong text. How many viewers on there?
On YouTube, nah, for real. But I just went live on Facebook, so some folks should be joining soon. The light does look a lot better that way. Like it don't look like it's just like a hot spot right on me. Hey y'all, welcome. If you are just joining us. Oh wait, I didn't press go live yet. That's why ain't nobody joined us yet. All right, here we go. I tagged you in it too. All right, so we got one person on YouTube. Hey, I'm so glad that you are here. Thank you so much for joining. Eris is So Fresh So CLE, and welcome to my Facebook family and friends as well. To Eris is So Fresh So CLE. It's the afternoon. We made it. Give thanks and all those good things. And so I'm so happy you're here. We're here with my brother who has his camera, and it's a microphone that's right up here that you can't see off the screen. My brother McKinley Wiley is in the building. Can you say something so people know that you're here?
Hey y'all, what's up?
So I'm not just like,
I'm really here.
He's really here.
I'm a real person.
I'm late. I am super, super tardy, Liz. You right. Look, there you go.
Hey.
I'm super tardy to this party, and I so apologize. Hold on. I'm trying to like be on the comments and all of that as well. It's not really working out for me, but yeah. Liz said hi, brother.
Hey.
He said hey.
How y'all doing?
So listen, I'm so glad that y'all are here. It's the afternoon. We made it. Give thanks. It's been a weekend. I was in St. Louis this past weekend. And now I am back home, thankfully, to the great state of Ohio, the more beautiful city of Cleveland, Ohio. And I'm just glad that y'all are here for So Fresh So CLE. So let's go right into it. The national headlines. Y'all know that they're looking at bringing up impeachment charges on Trump. I just, this dude is like, I don't know. He's like that spider I was dealing with that kept trying to build a web from my house to my neighbor's house, like just tenacious and just will not go away no matter how many times you burn the web. This MFer is going to keep spinning another web and find a way to get out of every sticky situation. And I feel like this is not going to be any different. And so I'm interested to see how it will unfold. I mean, there are so many receipts. And it just goes to show how pervasive capitalism and whiteness and how far and vast it can take you, because he's doing whatever he wants to do and showing all the receipts, and he gives zero F's about it. And he's like, who gonna check me? Nobody. He's on his Keith Sweat. So just continue to stay tuned. I know Auntie Maxine is on the case. I know Nancy Pelosi is on the case as well. So make sure you all are informed as citizens he's a bed bug. That's exactly what he is, Liz. He is definitely a bed bug. That's a good analogy for it. Costs a lot of money to get rid of, and they still find a way to come back, right? So that's that. Stay informed as citizens of this great country, because we have to hold these folks in power accountable. So next up, there's a lot of stores closing and a lot of bankruptcies. And so I saw that Macy's is closing their flagship original store in Seattle. That's kind of a big deal. We know what it looks like to have lost a lot of department stores and things like that here in Cleveland. Higbee's has been gone for most of my life. So Petrie's is gone. I can't get no colored stockings from nowhere. I can't get no good shoulder pads anymore. Like, where is Winkleman's? All these things. This is just the life cycle of companies and corporations. They come and they go, they grow, and then they implode. We're going to see the same thing happen with Amazon eventually as well. It just is what it is. And also another store that is going bankrupt, Forever 21, which I don't even think I was 21. I couldn't fit nothing in Forever 21 when I was 21. Until they got the plus size section, I really can't do much with it now. But the prices are always right. And so since they're going for bankruptcy, I think they're closing some 1,200 some odd stores, which means, check for themselves. They have great accessories no matter what size you are. So they have great accessories no matter what size you are. So at the end of the day, we have to begin to do some reckoning around how we choose to be consumers. Even thrift stores are not always the greatest of option because of how they do what they do. Some of their practices aren't great either. And so we just need to be informed consumers the same way we need to be informed citizens. I should have started with this, and I apologize that I didn't. So I want to say Happy New Year to all my folks who are honoring, observing Rosh Hashanah today. So, and over the next 2 days, I think it started yesterday, and I think it ends tomorrow, maybe. And so I want to send a special shout out to all my folks in my Cleveland Bisexual Network group who are honoring it. We're canceling our meeting for the month, and so we'll be right back the following month. Just because we want to be able to commemorate that holiday and make sure that all our friends who are observing that can do that without having to go out of their way. And so the proper way to wish your friends who are observing Rosh Hashanah, the way to give them greetings is just say Happy New Year. So make sure y'all say Happy New Year to your folks. I went to Shaker in all these years. I never knew that it was New Year until this year. That's my bad, and that's my ignorance, and I need to do a whole lot better because I certainly, as a person who grew up as a Christian and really still practices Christianity, I expect people to understand Christmas and all the other holidays that I observe, and I don't want them to question it. And we need to be observant and being able to do the same. That's how we build the beloved community, right? An update from my story from last week. I spent a lot of time talking about hair and all of these other things. So that I told y'all a story about a girl who said she got pinned down by some white boys and they cut her locks. And I saw a story saying that the girl lied about the white boys pinning her down and doing that. I haven't gotten the chance to flesh it out yet, but as I get this stuff, I want to be able to hold myself accountable to reporting proper news and all of that. And so as I dig and find out more information, might hear some more from me about that on Wednesday or Friday. All right. And so let's move into the local headlines. So Cuyahoga County Land Bank. If you're not familiar with the land bank, get familiar with the land bank because they are continuing to do county funded demolition through 2020. But in addition to those houses, so the land bank buys houses in about 50 to 60 houses lot or more or so. Some of them have to be demolished, absolutely. Some of them can go up for sale and you can rehab them yourself, and they're houses that can be anywhere from $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $7,000, $10,000 or what have you. And then they take a couple of houses as well and they rehab those houses. And that's one of the home that I bought was a completely rehabbed home from the Cuyahoga County Land Bank. And it came with energy efficient appliances in the kitchen and the whole nine. And so look into that for options for your home. There are so many different options versus just getting a loan or just renting. See what's out there. And there are so many different programs that want to help you get into a home as well. And so look into those resources. I know banks have them. Credit unions definitely have them. There's a program called Divvy Homes as well. And so, write the vision, make it plain. If home ownership is something that you're interested in, I think absolutely you should get into it. All right. So that's that one. So an entertainment update. So Machine Gun Kelly is reportedly dating model Chantel Jeffries. And they've been sending each other little subliminal love notes and things like that on Instagram. Listen, I just report the news. I don't have a lot of stake in it. He's just from Cleveland. I thought y'all should know that he got a boo. I don't know if Chantel, I don't know her ethnicity. Her name is Chantel Jeffries, but I don't want to make assumptions.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's that. He's dating somebody. I hope the relationship is healthy, and I hope that they have a lot of fun. So, and then the last local headline I have for you: the Ravens lost to the great Cleveland Browns yesterday. So the old Browns got beat by the new Browns, and even Baker Mayfield, he was like, they threw us in the trash. We won't forget that. And you're right. We're not going to forget that. I got a chip on my shoulder till eternity. And I just came back from St. Louis, and St. Louis lost their team twice. And so they know how we feel for real. For sure. So they wasn't even tripping like, who is this random girl with a Browns jersey walking around St. Louis? But I saw another person with a Browns shirt on and all of that. They get it. They understand us, right? So last but not least, we have Queer Conda. That's the last segment I'm going to do for y'all. And this story I posted on my Facebook page. And this is slain Jane Doe in Macon was identified 3 years later as Diamond Dupree. She's a transgender woman from a 2016 homicide case. She was 26 years old. She was found a month later. And it's so important that I continue to say the names of trans women who have lost their lives, because it's something that continually impacts our community, and no one is being slain more than this demographic. And if we don't stand up, no one will. We have to protect the lives of Black trans folks because it's so important. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Diamond. She enjoys singing gospel music. She ate cookies with milk daily. She enjoyed drinking Coca-Cola and smoking Newports in the morning. And I know a lot of us have our own routines that we do every morning as well. And just remember that a mother has lost their child, and a woman is gone, and she should be alive and thriving for being exactly who she is. And so as angry as we get for all Black lives, we need to be equally distraught and upset about how Black trans women have been treated on this soil and around this country. And I'll continue to tell these stories and to say their names because we have to do it. And so I want to thank y'all so much for joining. Just a reminder, Eric Troy he uploads a brand new song every week until June 2020. So this is local music. Get into it. Support my brother. I see Michi joined as well. Michi is a great makeup artist. So make sure you check him out. So, and Deshaun, my brother, and I don't know if he's still on or not. He's from Cleveland, and his play just debuted during the New York Theater Week. I might have it wrong what it's called, but he did 3 or 4 nights of his play called Am I Blue, which was from a short story he read when he was a young boy. And just being able to watch that journey has been absolutely amazing. So Deshaun is somebody I grew up with. I see you, my brother, and I'm grateful, and you inspire me continually. And also to Nathan, Nathan Tolliver, who was in the play as well. So Deshaun wrote and directed the play. And Nathan was in it. So Cleveland folks doing amazing Cleveland things as far as arts is concerned. And so thank y'all so much for joining me for So Fresh So CLE. I'm Eris Edie. My brother McKinley is right over there. Say hi one more time. And we're going to start doing this thing called, what did I call it? The Cleveland Rapid 7. Rapid 7. You want to come over here and try this with me? Let's see how this works. First? No, you have to go first. I'll go first and we'll see. Okay. All right. So I'm starting this thing where I am going to be asking folks from Cleveland who do great Cleveland things 7 quick questions that they're going to respond to. And you're going to see them start showing up on my social media soon. So I'm going to interview you. We're going to try it. So what's your name?
McKinley Wiley.
What part of Cleveland do you call home?
Right now, I call Richmond Heights home.
Richmond Heights is home. What is the best Cleveland food?
Ooh. Oh my goodness. You gotta come back.
Is it Polish boy?
Well, my Wiley. That's the best food. Boom. My wife.
She is a food chef and food stylist. The only black food stylist in Cleveland. She's dope. All right. What's your favorite Cleveland team?
I don't have just one Cleveland team. See, that's why it's so hard.
It's supposed to be rapid. Just don't overthink it. The Browns. All right. What is the best neighborhood in Cleveland?
The best. Ooh. Oh, God, that's tough. Come back to me on that one.
No, I can't come back to you. It's a rapid question. It's a rapid fire question. Just pick a neighborhood.
You know, I have a bias with the West Side.
Okay.
Even though I grew up on the
What
East
part
Side.
of the West Side? There's a whole lot of West Side neighborhoods.
I'll say Ohio City for right now.
Ohio City. Bet. What has Cleveland taught you?
Man, that you really can do anything that you put your mind to. Just a strong ass work ethic.
Bet. And then how can folks follow you?
They can follow me on most of the social media at The Darkroom Co. That's at The Darkroom Co.
At The Darkroom Co. That wasn't that bad, was it?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't that bad. All right, y'all.
I think I went too slow. Yeah.
That's fine. It's fine. You'll get better. I'll ask you again in a couple of weeks. Thank y'all so much for joining me for So Fresh So CLE. I am Eris Edie. You are
McKinley Wiley. Weren't you supposed to go?
Oh, I'm supposed to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was
What hell? Okay, ask me the questions then. My bad.
You gotta answer your own questions. Okay. Boom. State your name again for the 88th time.
I am Eris Edie.
And what part of Cleveland do you call home, Eris?
I call the west side of Cleveland home right now.
Okay. And the best Cleveland food?
Best Cleveland food. I gotta rock with the Polish boy. I got a whole Polish boy restaurant in my brain that I want to open.
Okay. Favorite Cleveland sports team?
Favorite Cleveland sports team. I'm gonna go with the Cavs only because I got Cleveland tattooed on my arm when we won the championship in 2016, because that's how much I love my city and how much I love my team.
That's what's up. Best neighborhood?
Best neighborhood, I'm gonna go with Coventry in Cleveland Heights. Like a huge part of my growing up was on Coventry.
Okay. What has Cleveland taught you?
Cleveland has taught me that if I am silent about my pain, they will kill me and say I enjoyed it. So Cleveland has taught me how to speak up for myself and to never forget who I am or whose I am.
Word. That might be the best answer so far for that question. And how can folks follow you?
Eris Edie on everything. On Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. My website is Eris Edie, even my email.
There it is.
There it is. Y'all, thank you so much for joining me for So Fresh So CLE. I think I've tried to dismount this show like 11 times, but we actually finished this time. So thank you so much for joining. And I'll see y'all on Wednesday. Make sure y'all hit me up for Get Over That Hump. If you have some executive coaching questions that you have, I would love to be able to answer them for you. So I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace. You're not gonna say bye?
Peace out, y'all. I'm so goofy. Oh my God. This is why I can't be on TV. This is why I can't be on TV because I'm just too awkward. My ministry is behind the camera.